There's something sacred about the way your voice sounds. Past midnight, when the world has gone quiet and all that's left is the hush between your breath and mine. In those hours, you're more than a man, you're the pulse of everything that ever made my heart beat. You speak slowly like the stars might stop to listen, and I find myself hanging on to every syllable as though it might be the last word I'll ever hear. Those moments, soft and golden, when time bends and we speak without filters, are the ones I cherish most. You let your guard down and suddenly I'm not just your love, I'm your refuge, and you, mine. The space between midnight and dawn becomes our secret world, where laughter carries more truth than the light of day ever could, and confessions spill out like spilled ink, messy, honest, real. There, in the quiet dark, I know you fully. Not the version you show the world, but the man behind it. I see your dreams tucked between your sighs, and your scars softened by the way you let me love you. And in those whispers I fall deep. Each night we talk, it feels like a thread from your heart wraps gently around mine, tugging me closer to something unspoken but undeniable. Your words land softly, but they stay with me, echoes dancing across my thoughts long after we've said goodnight. You tell me about your fears, not dramatically but like someone finally brave enough to be vulnerable. And I love you for that more than you know. Because when a man lets you see his trembling, he trusts you with his truth. And every time you speak from that place, it's like I'm being invited into a room, inside your soul that no one else has entered. I want to know every corner. I want to sit in the silence between your words and listen to what you're too afraid to say out loud. I want to understand your pauses as much as your sentences. Because in those gaps lies the version of you I adore the most. The one who doesn't need to impress or protect or pretend. Just you, raw and radiant in your honesty. That's the man I lose sleep for. That's the love I stay awake to protect. We speak of everything and nothing, of dreams that feel far away and childhood memories you've never told anyone else. Sometimes you laugh about things that used to hurt, and I know that healing is happening in real time. You never ask me to fix anything, and I never ask you to hold back. We just exist, open and flawed, underneath the weight of a sky that seems to lean in closer when we talk. I trace the sound of your voice like it's a lullaby, even when the words are tangled in old pain. You don't have to be strong with me. You don't have to wear your armor. I see you clearly, the boy inside the man. The warrior inside the gentle heart. The dream stitched into the man who pretends not to need much, yet gives so much of himself without realizing it. And I want to keep hearing you, every night, every version, because in those moments when you feel the most unworthy of love, I see you as your most deserving. And I'll keep showing up for that kind of truth. I'll keep loving you in the quiet and in the storm. There's a rhythm to our nights, like we're composing a song only the moon can hear. I've memorized the timbre of your thoughts, the quiet smile that settles into your voice when you tell me about the things you're proud of, the subtle shift in tone when you speak of things you've lost. I carry those sounds like precious notes in a melody I never want to forget. You once told me that no one really listened before, that people heard you, but they didn't stay long enough to understand. But I'm not them. I'm not leaving when the stories get heavy or the past gets messy. I'm here, fully present, not because I'm trying to save you, but because you're already whole, already enough. And these conversations, they're proof of that. Proof that connection doesn't always need light to flourish. Sometimes it just needs silence, honesty, and someone willing to stay up past midnight asking, and then what happened? Because your story is worth hearing again and again. Even if it takes a lifetime to tell, I'll be here, listening between the stars, letting your words settle where they've always belonged, inside my heart. When you tell me about the dreams you don't speak out loud in daylight, my heart folds around them like a prayer. You say them with caution, as if they're too fragile to survive the world's noise. But here, in our quiet hour, they bloom. You talk about a life you want, a peaceful one, full of little things like laughter in the morning, long drives to nowhere, and a place that feels like home. And I picture us there, in that imagined space you're brave enough to build with your words. I picture your hands in mine, our days soft around the edges. You once asked if I believed in soulmates. I said yes, because of you. Because I don't think everyone gets this kind of love, this kind of knowing. It's not just chemistry or compatibility, it's a remembering. As if my soul has been waiting lifetimes for yours to come home. And now that you have, I don't need promises carved into stone. Just keep talking to me when the world falls asleep. Keep building dreams with your voice. Keep letting me walk with you in them. That's all I'll ever need. You tell me things you've never said aloud, not because you want comfort, but because you want to be seen. And I see, not just the man you are now, but the one you've been, the one who's fought through storms no one else knows. I see the resilience tucked between your jokes, the sorrow hiding beneath your strength. I see the way you carry everyone else's burdens, and still make room for mine. And I want you to know this love, my love, it's not something you have to earn. It's not something you have to work for or chase. You already have it, just by being you. The truest kind of love doesn't come with conditions. It meets you where you are, and stays. Even when you're even when you're silent. So when your voice breaks, or your confidence wavers, I will be the quiet that holds you. I will be the stillness you lean into. Because you don't have to be anything other than real with me. You don't have to hold everything together. Let go, breathe. I've got you, and I'm not going anywhere. Some nights you fall asleep mid-sentence, and I just listen to your breathing on the other end, smiling in the dark, heart wrapped in peace. There's nothing dramatic about it, just two people, hearts connected through space. No goodbyes, no closing words. It feels like the kind of intimacy poems rarely describe. Simple, steady, sacred. And I lie there, whispering things I know you'll never hear. Not because I need a reply, but because love doesn't always need an audience. It just needs a home. And you, without knowing, have become mine. Not because of grand gestures, but because of every quiet thing you do. The way you ask how I'm really doing. The way you listen to the parts of me I've never shared before. The way you make the night feel less lonely, just by existing. I never thought I'd find a love that feels like peace. But that's what you are. Not a whirlwind, not a fire, but a steady flame, always burning, always warm. And I don't need more than that. I just need you, here, in the dark, with nothing but time and the soft hum of. We speak without planning, and yet everything you say feels like something I've waited years to hear. It's not about finding the perfect words, it's about the ones that come naturally, unfiltered and unforced. That's what our midnight conversations are. Truth set free. You once told me you're afraid of being too much, but to me, you are never too much. You are honest, deep, intense, and all of it is beautiful. I would rather drown in your truth than float in someone else's shallow. Your mind, your heart, your soul, they're vast, and I could explore them forever. These nightly talks, they've become our sanctuary, a place without judgment, where we can be flawed and still be happy. I look forward to the moment the world falls away, and it's just us, suspended in time, unraveling pieces of ourselves like threads from the same cloth. No performance, no masks, just you and me, real and raw. I hope we never stop doing this. I hope we keep talking when we're old and tired, when the world has changed 100 times. Because your voice is my favorite sound and midnight is my favorite hour. Because that's when I hear your soul.